Hi guys, I finally got myself a proper phone that will actually take a proper video of me. You can see me very clearly, although I'm really not this light skinned. Hi people, today I am using my new phone and I'm trying to see whether it's good, it's bad, whether it's got good video quality. Well, definitely it makes my skin look much smoother than the other one, but it's one of these Chinese phones, and I decided since I can't afford expensive phones, I'm just going to get myself a nice Chinese phone because my greatest interest right now is in space with the kinds of videos that I do. It's been a long time since we had a video, since I had a show with you guys. I have a new wig on today. It is black, pure black, and I really love it actually. It's kind of nice. I just got it yesterday and I've got another one that I'm going to surprise you with. It's more of my official professional wig, like for work and things like that. But I have another crazy one that's like brrr, all over the place because the kind of work that I do, you guys, it's more formal. So, I'm an evaluator, so it's a bit formal. So I can't be wearing these spiky curly wigs as an evaluator. But as a content creator, I can wear whatever I want, even a blonde wig, a white wig, a blue wig, any color, doesn't really matter. It's been a long time since I talked to you people, but I'm looking forward to. So, all right, I'm looking forward because this thing actually has space. It's been 3 weeks since I talked to you, so I'm going to promise to give you a long video today so that you can enjoy yourself and watch. Okay? Sawa, twende. Unajua, leo ni siku ya kuambiana ukweli. The fact is, today is the day for speaking truth to power and the truth and nothing but the truth. Can you see this garden? Can you see this pretty garden that we have? Yes, this is the result of negligence, not giving a damn, people having no green fingers. In fact, instead of having a green thumb, they have a sore thumb, you know? This is the problem of, like, for example, myself, I really love gardens. I love to have a beautiful garden and stuff. But my husband is of a different opinion. He believes in nature ruling the roost. That for him, this is actually a space where our cat can go and do hide and seek. Yeah? So why would you want to destroy a natural environment because of your need for order? Somebody should have warned me, you people. Somebody should have warned me. Oh, can you believe? I mean, who even could think that way? Who? Because honestly, this is a wonderful space. Now, let me look on the right. On the right there are a bunch of they're actually old mattresses that need to be picked up. They're wrapped up in plastic, still waiting to get picked up. And guess who's not going to be bothered? Me. Because if it was me, under normal circumstances, I would have done something about it. But I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. This is my hanging line. The only problem, I just need my path where I can go and do my hanging of my clothes. But these are the kinds of things that make it so difficult to live with other people, you people. Huh? If I show you the garden outside there today, leo ni siku ya kuambiana ukweli. Tuambiane ukweli. Unfortunately, I cannot go outside because it's raining, but I can stick my hand out the window, by the way. Let me do that. Let me show the whole wide world what a mess this my husband is, and is also making me become now. Yeah, so this is the problem that we have different ways that we grew up. Like in Kenya, Kenyans are so proud of gardens, proud of upkeeping of bushes. We don't allow bushes to go scot-free. Look, this bush, this climbing plant is even climbing on my laundry line, you guys. Think about it. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see it? Yes, you can see it. It has actually climbed on the pole and now it's threatening to take over my entire laundry line. And I'm at the point where I'm at the point of no return, you guys. This is just too much. Yet, if you look further out, we're surrounded by very beautiful bush and natural stuff outside there. Yeah. So it's nature and it's natural. Then is more about my own pride, you guys. It's important to look after a garden. It's important to look after nature. And for me, one of the ways to look after neighbor is to tend it. Otherwise, it's going to go running wild. It's going to go out of control. Before you know it, it will actually outgrow us. In fact, sometimes I go outside there and I get poked by some very, very harsh plants that scratch my feet and everything. Anyway, this was not a rant about that, but I just wanted to show you what I'm going through here with this garden. And I want to hear your perspectives on this because I've shown you how terrible it is, and it is bad. And it's not just the garden, it's also indoors. Because what happens is that somebody who doesn't tend to be tidy naturally will also outside will also be untidy inside. So I am more of an OCD person. I like to be organized and things like that. And when I don't have order around, as you can see back here, when I don't have order, then I can't work. I have to work in a very orderly place. So I'll be heading to Kenya very soon, you guys, because I can't stand this disorder. It's crazy. I'll allow people to stew in their own disorder and allow them to enjoy it. I think I'm also denying them the privilege of stewing in disorder and untidiness. And that's something I'm always fighting. I wake up very early in the morning to clean up, to cook, to not really to cook, because one thing at least my hubby does very well is cooking. But I do cook, and I'm cooking right now as we speak. And we go back to the kitchen and start cooking. It's actually rather cloudy and rainy, and I thought, we have food. Let me just cook because I'm all alone in the house. I have the opportunity to talk to you guys. Yeah. So let's go and do a bit of cooking. You know what I'm cooking? I had already cooked some rice before. So I just want to make some chicken. I saw some chicken wings there, and I'm actually going to stew them up because they were frozen. So I have to stew them to make a sauce for the rice because the rice is so dry for the kids. And me, I like potatoes. They don't like potatoes. I do. I love roast potatoes, and that's what I'm going to make. I'm going to boil them, then roast them, then have them as we have a chat. Okay, guys, I'm still testing my camera. I really think it's so much better. I actually also got a light. I got a camera light, but it's so much better. It's bright, yeah? You can see me so clearly. This is so wonderful. That's one of the advantages. In fact, I wanted two things. I needed space and I needed light. Now what's letting me down is actually my tripod. I don't know why it's not stable. It needs to stop moving around. Now what's letting me down is my tripod. My tripod is so unstable, it's like shaking everywhere. Right? So what am I cooking? I'm actually cooking just basic things, how can I show you? Yeah. There. That's me there. I'm actually just about peeling some carrots. And I'm one of the old school who believe in using an apron. I like using aprons because I tend to wipe my hands on my apron, and also things don't have to get all dirty and everything. So I'm peeling some carrots now. So that's it. I've also got some wireless earbuds, so I think you should be able to hear me clearly. So guys, I was just talking about how people are so untidy. Like, let's say you can get paired up with somebody who's very untidy, and yet you're the kind of person who's very tidy. It can be very difficult. I've been watching this guy on TikTok. I don't know whether I should actually mention his name, but for those of you who understand, hey, there's a Nigerian guy on TikTok who likes complaining about his wife not feeding him. I don't feed. If my wife decides not to cook for me, I'm not going to eat. Sometime she will cook and she will not feed me. Sometimes I wonder to myself, some people really marry children.
Guys, around 11 a.m., I had somebody cooking in the kitchen. I looked. It was my wife in the kitchen, just behind me. I was sleeping and I heard some noise in the kitchen. She went to the kitchen and prepared this meal. Now look at the delicious meal my wife prepared. Look at it. See the sauce with boiled egg. Are you seeing it? Everything is inside. Now look at the rice. Let me show you guys, for those of you who are not, you see the rice she prepared with salad and roasted potatoes. You see it? Rice, you see. Let me keep it where you guys are seeing it. And then she also, prepared fruits, banana and watermelon. Did you know why she prepared this meal? She said she's tired of me posting her on social media. that I am spoiling her image online. I'm posting her life on social media, giving her bad image. I said, why not? If you behave good, if you behave good, if you start behaving well, I will tell the world how good you are, the kind of how lovely you are as a woman. Yes, men I'm honest. I said, if you behave very well, I will tell the world how lovely you are. How can you abandon me at home, go to meet your girlfriend, leave me starving, no food at home, and you know I cannot cook? Man, since 2 days now, I've not eaten any reasonable food. Okay, look at the bread she wanted me to eat yesterday night. You see, I did not eat it. Check today's date. You see, the bread she wanted me to eat, I refused to eat this bread. What an insult. She brought this bread and water for me to eat.
Are we married to kids or are we married to adults? I think there's this sense of, what do you think, you guys, yeah? There's this sense of entitlement that some men have, or some partners have. Even women, by the way. Some women think that they've married their fathers so that they can provide everything for them and do everything for them, just like their father did. And some men believe they married their mothers so that they can literally just like look after them just like their mothers. But we can't. We are not mothers to these partners that we have. And if you become motherly, then they start complaining that you're mothering them. Stop mothering me. So what do people want? Then people say that they'd rather be alone, they'd rather be single, they don't want to be bothered. Okay, so now I'm going to make my rice. Actually, I had put some water on to add just a bit of rice. Yeah, just a bit of rice here. See the big thing of rice that we usually buy? We buy this huge basmati rice thing. And if there's one thing I miss when I come to Kenya, it's pure basmati rice. Real quality basmati rice. Here in the UK, you can get really good quality rice because there's so many Asians, so many Indians here. And also because they're very strict with quality. If you're going to bring in stuff, you're not just going to be allowed to bring anything. At home, what happens is that you'll find they mix good quality rice with bad quality rice. So it's difficult. Now where's my strainer? I'm looking for it. Now it decided to disappear. Hold on. Yeah, so, you guys will not believe my husband has the strainer he has it in the fridge. Nakwambia wanaume lie. Just because I want you to see, otherwise I usually do this over the sink. Okay, let me just put a bit of rice on the strainer. I need just about a cup. A cup and a half maybe, about that much. Yeah. It's huge. But that's enough anyway. I just load it directly on the strainer, then I just wash it. Yeah. For those of you who never learned how to cook, this is how you wash rice, eh? Making fun of you. Oh, yeah. So, you're supposed to wash rice with warm water. Yeah? As they say that it has chemicals in it. It has natural chemicals, natural minerals that are found in the soil. And it comes off easily when it comes off better with warm water, yeah? Get rid of that stuff. Yeah. See, when you wash your rice like this, it's just naturally easy just to put it inside the pot. Okay, let's boil our rice. What do I put in the rice water? Just a bit of salt, a tiny bit of salt. It's already boiling crazily here. and a bit of butter. Yeah, I usually put just a little bit of butter. Just a bit. Not much. Not much at all. Something very little, like that. Can you see? Tiny bit of butter in the water. Why? What does it do? Because it helps the rice to separate, so that it's not sticky together. Yeah. Yeah. And why do I use butter? Because nowadays we cook with butter. Yeah. Either we cook with butter or ghee. We don't use any of these other oils. I tried my best to avoid them. We try our best to avoid them, although, of course, they're cheaper. But as you saw just recently in Kenya, I saw that they uncovered a scam of fake oil, of bad oil. Yeah? A whole bunch of bad oil found, I think, at the port. I don't remember where it was, but really bad. Yeah. So now, back to the drawing board where we're continuing to chop, chop, chop. Now I'm gonna grate my carrots. Yeah. Some onions are so strong, yeah, so you need to put them inside some water. Usually I just remove the skin, then I just put them inside water. So, this is how you chop, yeah? You fold. Let me show you guys how to chop. This is how you chop things. Let me bring this further down. This is how you chop. You fold your fingers like that, yeah? Fold them like that. Put the knife against your fingers. Don't chop with your fingers out. Chop with your fingers folded, right? Your fingers should be folded like that. That's professional chef chopping. Put it on top of whatever it is you want to cut, and then use your knife, yeah, and move with it like that. Okay? And then fold again. And if you have a very sharp knife, you can actually chop very fast. Back in the day when I came from high school, I learned how to do this kind of chopping at a hotel. And this is what I learned from the chefs. This is how you chop. You chop easily like this. This way you make sure you never cut your fingers. You can do the same thing for carrots. You can do the same thing for carrots here. Like, for example, this is how you do a carrot, yeah? To make it, you can either chop like round like this. Again, fold your fingers over the carrot. You see? Look. This is how. But the thing is, because my children hate carrots, I hide them. I hide the carrots from them. Let me show you how I hide them. This is turning out to be a cooking show. This is how you hide carrots from kids, eh? And like I said, I was cooking my chicken over here. Let me put it back on. I was thawing it first. I just put some water on it. I thawed it. And now I can actually because these are chicken wings, eh? Because these are wings, they're already oily. There's no point of adding oil. I'm one of those people who really don't like to cook with a lot of oil. Yeah. Okay, so now I can put in my onions. Onions, they don't seem to mind. Since I did the carrots, might as well just throw them all in there. But I'll show you what we're going to do. So basically, when you have kids who are fussy with food, you have to find ways to trick them so that they can eat. Yeah? Oh, it smells nice here. Let me put in some salt. I just put a little bit of water so that it I'm cooking opposite, isn't it? Normally you fry the onions, don't you? But you don't always have to fry the onions. You can just put them on top of your meat. You don't always have to fry them first, yeah? You can do things in a different way. So now we're going to grate the carrots. So like I was saying, guys, this is not just about cooking. We're talking about like relationships, yeah? So this is what I do. I grate it with the smallest side, so that we have very tiny pieces of carrot like this, and they won't see them because they're going to end up becoming part of the stew. but they will have had their carrots. So let me continue this. And of course, these big ones end up in my mouth. Don't forget to treat yourself. Huh? Eat the carrot that you left with. For people who don't like vegetables, they don't like carrots, children, they're picky, they don't want to eat carrots, they don't want to see them, hide them in their food. Try and grate it, blend it, whatever you're going to do. But make sure that they get the benefits of those vitamins and minerals from the fruits and vegetables. I learned this one from chefs. Carrots make sauces taste very nice, by the way. The other thing I'm going to grate is my ginger. Yeah. You see, I wipe my hands on this thing. Okay. Next thing is ginger. The ginger here is always so huge and so clean. It's like they don't grow in soil. Maybe these are the ones that are being grown through hydroponics, through on water. Yeah. Because I don't see the soil. Where's the soil? I don't see the soil here. And in a way, I kind of miss it. I like the soil, believe it or not. I like soil. It's not just about the minerals. I just like the idea of growing food in soil. I'm not a big one on hydroponics. I like natural things. I like to see things growing in their natural environment. Yeah. I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have a phone that has a lot of storage, and also that I haven't talked to you guys for a long time. Again, the same side, great. So that the kids don't see the ginger. Of course, one can cut the ginger up, but so that they don't actually like taste it direct. And then I just take whatever is left of the ginger, put it in a cup, because I'm going to end up using it for my tea. So there, see? There's my ginger on the side there. It's like a mush. By the time it goes inside my stew, it will be mashed up. And then now garlic. This thing is on such high heat, my God. So yeah, guys, this is the thing, like now, what I was saying about relationships is that you can get married to somebody who doesn't share your vision, doesn't share your style of doing things. Be careful when you're using lids like this, because you can end up burning yourself from the steam, yeah? So, watching your case, you up and down. Let me put these things in here. Just put them all together. That's ginger and carrots are going in together. Grated. There they go. They're in. Yeah. It's not going to end up like this. It's going to end up into a sauce, actually. To be a nice red sauce by the time I put the tomato in here. I'm one of the people who like my meat very well done. So I use water. Another reason why it's good to add water to meat, especially meat, is because we get the benefits of the bones that are boiled. Yeah? Number one, you get calcium. Then you also get collagen. Yeah? They help your body to make collagen. All those bones, so you need those bones to be boiled. But the only concern I have is because you see these are farm raised chicken. These are not like natural chicken, These are not kienyeji chicken. They're not running chicken. Therefore, their bones are not as strong, Yeah, and so you can't really benefit that much from them. But anyway, that's besides the point. Today we're all over the place. So how are you guys? It's been a long time, eh? Took up. I got another small job that I'm gonna be doing. I thank God for that. Um, and that will be already started on it. I told you I've been busy working, so I've been applying for jobs. It was so hard. There was a time, you guys. Now let's move to another topic apart from cooking, because now as you know, I'm gonna grate this one, obviously, right? This is garlic, and I'm also gonna grate it. So, as you know, it since COVID period, I don't know. For some of us, we were affected so badly. Some of us professionals were affected very badly during COVID period because there was that shift from of people working from home, having to leave the offices and go to work from home. Nights, the opposite. They've been asked to go back to the offices. Hey, always change. All these changes come with a price. So what happened for us actually is not so much the shift of people working from home, but it's also a shift of priorities in terms of where projects were. The ones that were already running could not be implemented because people could not go out, right? So if they could not go out, and for me, I need to go out, I need to travel, I need to go by road, I need to fly, I need to, whichever way, to go and visit project sites. If I can't go, then there's no way I'm working, right? And all of us were affected. I think most of us were affected by that, except for the people who are employed and working at home. People who are used to receiving a salary, they were not as affected as we are, you know. So let me put this in, and then I'll lift this to your level so that you can see me. You know, you guys, I have a lot of tripods. I don't know why I'm even suffering here. I have many tripods. What I don't have is many phones. So I need another phone. I need to get another phone so that there's one phone that is on a shorter tripod and another one that's on a higher one. Why am I cutting my stuff on a mat? Because my daughter here, Maha, she burned something and then put it on top of our plastic chopping board. She's learning how to cook. So she burned something and then she put it on top of the plastic chopping board, and there it went, it disappeared. So anyway, they say it's not good to use plastic chopping boards, but it depends. If the plastic is hard enough, it's okay. Oh, that's looking good now. It's looking orange. You see? Starting to get that look. The smell is divine. It smells of ginger, garlic, and then it has that sweet smell of carrots, and then it also has that smell of of soup. You know, soupy, very soupy. My rice is literally ready. Hiya! Oh, quick! The rice is almost ready. Growing up, you know, we were taught not to touch rice, not to. When rice is cooking, we're not supposed to touch it. I don't know, just leave it there. Until I got married and I discovered with my husband, because rice is their staple food, that actually, no, that's not true. He actually turns it around so that it can cook evenly, which makes sense. Yeah, this one is literally cooked. Okay. All right, so now as the food is cooking, the next thing I'm going to do is put in everything else that I need to put in here so I don't have to come back. Now I'm going to cook like a man. You know the way men cook? They put everything together and things still come out right. So, yeah, now I'm looking for, yes, my chopped tomatoes, because again, this is a habit that I picked up in this country, using chopped tomatoes. But the trouble is that they say it's not really good to use chopped tomatoes because of the cans. But you see, because of convenience and because you're cooking for many people, sometimes you have to use practicality. Yeah. Because I do have some fresh tomatoes, but number one, they're expensive for nothing. Number two, I would need so many of them. Yeah. I believe in this can, they could have like maybe 30 tomatoes in here. Yeah. And if you go to the shop and try and buy 30 tomatoes, you shall see that they're very expensive in this country. And this is why I really appreciate our homelands. We need to be growing tomatoes and send them over here. So I use about maybe half a can. Make that. Just put it inside there. Yeah, so I use about half a can already. Yeah. About half a can. And you see that red tomato and then the orange from the grated carrots, it makes it kind of a different type of red, which is not too red. The carrots really help, and the carrots also help to thicken the stew. And now all it needs to do is just boil there and just like get cooked. It's literally ready. I'm not adding any other spices here. I'm not using Maggi. I don't have to use Maggi. I don't need to use chicken bouillons. I don't need to use those. Once you use carrot, you really don't need chicken bouillon. You don't. So what's missing now is just my potatoes, waru. Sometimes I feel my meal is not complete without potatoes. I've discovered I'm a real Morema woman. For Kenyans, for Kenyans, you know what Morema means, yeah? Today, I think we're having just a simple day at home, cooking, chatting. So we were talking about like that guy who's complaining that his wife doesn't feed him, CG what, I don't know, she cannot work, I don't know, he has, I won't even say. He said that he has, let me see if I can find that video and play it for you. Hey. I don't know. It's something like some medicine resistant type of. He has some medicine resistant type of condition that doesn't allow him to work. That because he said he was in an accident and he hurt his back, so he can't work.
Man, check out the time. You see the time now. Other men are at work, but I am at home, doing nothing. When other men are at work, making money to feed their families, I am at home, doing nothing. Let me tell you why. Because you know, guys, I have spinal cord injury. My knees, both knees, have been operated. Man, my blood pressure is always high. Do you understand me? I have therapy-resistant hypertonia. That is my kind of high blood pressure. You cannot treat it. Do you understand what I mean? And this is why I am staying at home. I dropped a video. I told you guys that my wife is the person that feeds me. Man, you do not know what I have been going through. Man, it is only when she likes that she gives me food. If we quarrel or have misunderstanding, she doesn't give me food. There are days I go without eating anything, like 2 days without eating anything, especially if we quarrel. She wake up in the morning, she will not go to the kitchen to prepare anything, she will lie on her bed watching African movies. If I talk to her, she shouts back at me. Said, after all, I am not bringing anything to the table. I'm not bringing food home. That I'm a lazy man. Do you understand me? Now, these women that you see abroad here, many of them, I'm not saying all, many of them are financial women. Now, even it is only very few women that truly shows love to their husband when the man is poor or broke. Majority of the women don't have real love for their husband. They love the money you've got. When you've got money, they show you love. If you have no money, they don't show.
Every single day on the internet talking to people. And my issue is when I used to work in supported healthcare, when I used to support people with their healthcare, There's one guy, he was born in a way that his body doesn't develop. So his bones actually don't grow. So he's still a tiny man. He's a very small man. And so his bones don't grow and he has many problems with his back. So it's like arched. But he's number one, educated, just like this other guy. I was actually contracted by his carer. His carer asked me to come and help him to be driving him to work. He works in a hospital in the UK. He has a job in a hospital. Very senior level. I think he's even a programmer. Very intelligent guy. Yeah? But he uses his skills. And that man has to be driven to work, brought back. He has to be helped onto a shower stool. He has to be helped to put on socks and shoes. I'm telling you, there is no excuse for any man not to work. No excuse. That man taught me how important it is to be independent. He has a master's degree. I used to just push him on a chair, help him outside, and then he would use his electric chair to get him to the station. He would get onto a train, go to town, go to London, from one of the commuter towns outside of London where I used to live. So on weekends, I would go there 3 days. Yeah, just for 2 or 3 days. But I would leave there on Monday after taking him to work, driving him to work in his car. Because you see, when people have disability here in the UK, they can usually get either a free car, I think they get a free disability van. So he had this disability van, which I used to drive, and all I had to do was just drive him to work, pick him up in the morning from his bed, put him on the chair. He would wheel himself to the bath, and lift him, put him in the chair. And he's light. He's not a heavy guy. I would lift him up, put him on his chair. Inside the shower, he would shower himself with a shower, put him on his toilet seat. Fortunately, his toilet, once you go for a toilet, it's automatic. It just automatically flushes and even cleans you. Did you know that there are even toilets that even flush and clean? Yeah? They clean you with air. They wash you, they have a jet spray, and they also have an air thing that goes psh. So all I do is pick him up, put him back on his chair. But can you imagine, with all of that support, this man still had to work. And here is a guy from Nigeria, an African man, 50-something years old, almost 60, saying, I can't cook, my wife can't cook, my wife cannot cook for me, that I don't eat. This guy even eats TV dinners, this guy who I used to take. He used to buy food that is already prepared. So what I used to do is I cook for him. When I go there to work for him, I make sure that I give him a very nice home meal. Potatoes and steak and vegetables and stuff, yeah? But this guy from Nigeria is here complaining that he has, I don't know what resistant problem, that he can't work, but he has a mouth and it can move, and he can abuse his wife, complain about his wife, complain that she goes to work all day, goes shopping, and then he was being asked, why don't you get up and go to Nigeria? He says, I can't go to Nigeria. Who will feed me? What will happen to me there? Who will feed me in Nigeria? I don't know anybody in Nigeria. This is the reason why a lot of women actually file for divorce. A lot of women separate and file for divorce because of this misuse. This is a type of abuse. This woman doesn't realize that she's in an abusive relationship, but she is. She's an emotional, manipulative man. He's manipulating her emotionally. And because she has children with this man, she feels maybe, she has to stick with her vows. It's the African way. We don't divorce. We don't do this. We don't do that. But no, you guys, man, no. It gets to a point where no. It doesn't even have to get to that point. She's so good. In fact, in my view, she needs therapy. I'll talk to you as I'm washing the dishes here now. Yeah. The woman needs therapy, honestly. God. You'll forgive me, you guys, because I told you I have OCD, right? I have to wash, clean up as I'm cooking. I clean and cook at the same time. Yes. I cannot leave dishes sitting around here. They have to be washed. The place has to be washed because anyway, I like working in a neat environment. It's also hygienic. It's also easier to manage. Yeah, so I'm saying to myself, this guy is here complaining about his wife cooking for him and everything. My God. He's super entitled. So there, my chicken is cooking and the rice is already ready. Yeah, just let it cook under low heat. I want to make sure that chicken is well done. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. The spirit of entitlement is very bad. People should not take advantage of other people, especially when you're living outside here in the UK. And when you're living outside the country where there's no help, nobody to help your partner, it's very wrong. Yeah, so that's how I feel, you people, It's wrong to take advantage of your partner. Very, very wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Now I can remove my hair and show you the glory of my hair. I actually used a band and put it on my hair here, girls. So this is what I'm talking about today. Today I decided to get up and whine about what women are going through. Women are going through a lot, a lot globally. When you're married to a man and you are a hardworking woman, and the person happens to be a lazy person, could be very, very, very traumatizing, very trying period of your life. And then you have to always make conscious decisions about whether or not you're going to stay with them or not. Yeah. Again, if the guy is hardworking and doesn't have time for you, it's another struggle because then he doesn't have time to even spend time with you. What do you think? I'd love to hear your views, guys. I think I've spoken for like about a minimum of 30 minutes. I think that's a bit long. So I'm just going to wait, eat. I'm just going to let the food cook and then have it. But in the meantime, because I also have another video that I need to upload for Kenya Updates Live channel. Guys, please go to the Kenya Updates Live channel and subscribe because that's where I do a lot of my live shows on Kenyan politics. On this particular channel, I hadn't done any live shows because of the problem of my phone, but now I've sorted that out. I even have this, as you can see, I have an earpiece. I touched my earpiece and off the sound went. Okay, guys, so tell me what you think. Tell me you guys what you think about this, about being paired up with somebody who's completely opposite you. The person is not neat. Maybe you're a neat person. The person is not neat. The person is lazy, doesn't want to work. The person complains that you are not feeding them. The person gives excuses for not going to work when other people who even have bigger disabilities are still working. Do you know, these are the things that make it a lot of women make decisions that they don't plan to make. Okay, guys, on that note, bye-bye. Have a good one. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye. Too much salt. There's one thing I don't like. I don't like to oversalt my food. It's good. And I tend, by the way, to separate my meat from the sauce in